All right, we should be live. Let me wait till the notifications hit, man. Let's see. Okay. All right, now, all right. Notifications are hitting, man. YouTube, Facebook. All right, man. All right, so we're talking real estate tonight. All right, cool. All right, so let's go and get this thing started, man. Let's see something. All right, so let's go get this thing started, man. CJ, I'll let you go at first, and then we're gonna Barry, and then we'll go from there.
All right. You still got the roll?
Yep.
All right, what's up, everybody? CJ, the Realtor Broker, owner, Greenwood Realty Group. Check me out, hit me up on social media, CJ Sales Texas at CJSELLSTX. Follow me and let's connect on there. What you got up next? Check out the website, greenwoodrealtytx.com, especially if you're looking for any homes in the area that's available, trying to see what Houston has to offer as far as homes and price-wise. Go on there. You can get your customized search set up on there at greenwoodrealtytx.com. We got our YouTube channel, CJ the Realtor on YouTube. We got our Home Tours Lux Edition showing you some of the best of what Houston has to offer on the luxury side. So if you're interested in seeing what Houston and the surrounding areas have to offer, check out the YouTube channel, subscribe, like, share it, give me your feedback, let me know what you think on there. Then if you got any real estate questions, it's my cell, 832-338-3182. Call me, text me if you got any questions on real estate. And if you're agent thinking about switching up or looking for a brokerage, hit me up too. Let's talk. But give you some options to go over. And then, of course, we always give back. Nonprofit, the Mansa Academy. Check out our website, themansaacademy.org, where we're teaching our young men knowledge of self-improvement, and entrepreneurship. So if you want to donate, whether it's time or money, got the forms on there where you can fill out. And, we're accepting any and everything. So appreciate any help that you can offer. And I'm out.
All right. Well, you in because we just not getting in. So Barry, what's going on?
All right. It's Barry B. Homes by Barry B. Looking to buy, sell, or invest in the Houston and surrounding areas. Just Google Homes by Barry B. You can give me a call, 832-786-1270. I'm on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. Give me a call. Let's talk about it. You can push it on here. We'll get back with you. 832-786-1270. www.homesbybarryb.com. What's wrong?
All right. So first off, let's go ahead and get started. If you're watching us live, go ahead and shoot us a comment. Ask us a question. We'll read it live here. Catch us now before we get to where we super chat. Where we charging, boys. So if y'all want to add something free, now's the time. We're gonna have these super chats here in a second. So as we gain popularity, So first of all, my name is Brandon B. Dixon. NMLS 1541210. At Billionaire Loan also on all social media. Please go ahead, like, subscribe, engage. Go from there. Again, same thing on YouTube at Billionaire Loan Officer. Please go ahead, subscribe. We got 2 shows. We got the Home Edition, Home Tours Lux, and we got the Behind the Sauce going. Go to my website, applywithb.com, if you want to get a mortgage going. If you want to get a consultation, you can also book me right there as well. Also, go to my website, whatstodaysrates.com. So if you want to get a rate on a mortgage, you're not right, you want to shop me, you're not quite ready to apply, go to whatstodaysrates.com. We got all the rates there posted daily, changes daily. Couple other things before we start. Don't forget June 3rd. I'm gonna have to change this. Not 12 to 5. It's 2 to 9. Collaboration of a competition. We got a event June 3rd, 2 to 9 at the Powder Cave next to the cannon. So it's gonna be an indoor-outdoor event. We're gonna have free crawfish. We're gonna have a DJ. We're gonna have a fully stocked bar. We're gonna have a judge dog show. So bring your exotics out. So it's gonna be fun out there next to the Powder Cave. If you want to join an investment club, go to cocinvestmentclub.com. You're able to join the actual club, and then don't forget tomorrow night, Wealth Wednesdays at the Cannon. So we go over in detail some of those private equity banking. We got business lines of credit. Show you how to get to that next level, preserve that wealth. So and then also Wealth Wednesdays from now is gonna be the last Wealth Wednesday of May, and then we're gonna start back up. We're gonna do the rest of the summer, the second and the fourth Wednesday, only. Second and the fourth Wednesday. So we're gonna make sure everybody make it out. So let's go and get into it, man. I had a clip, but I can't find it. I need to go ahead and find it. But I was talking about procrastination, and just not taking risks or expecting a lot of something from a little or nothing. And where does that happen? You know what I mean? So I'm trying to figure that out. I'm trying to figure out where do you get a whole bunch of something with a little investment? Or you enjoy swimming, but I just dipped my toe in the water. But I enjoy swimming. You know what I mean? And I got the full swimming experience, but all I did was dip my foot in the water. How does that happen?
In your dreams.
So I mean, how do you want to get the all-in results, and you're not all in with your actions? So and I want to relate this to real estate, and just buying, buying the whole buying process and the whole people that's uncommitted, or even real estate investors or people that's wanting to get into real estate investing, and how you do that without the risk part. How does that happen? How even businesses, how do you get into the businesses without giving it 110? So how does that happen? And then if not now, when? You know what I mean? So I want all those topics I want to put on the tonight, because we're not gonna keep y'all too long. Probably 8:35. We're gonna be out of here. So who wants to kick it off?
I think that the most one of the biggest things with procrastination, or especially with business or investing, is fear. You say what's the people that don't want to take a risk? They don't want to take a risk because of fear. Fear is a powerful thing. It will stop people from doing everything. It'll stop people from getting out of the bed, And so people fear. I think that's the biggest thing. They don't want to lose something. And that's one of the big things. People want something, but they don't want to risk it. They don't want to risk everything else.
I'm a rebuttal that.
They you see the people with money on TV, but you don't know the backstory about how they got there, what they had to do. The waking up at 4 a.m. or staying up late and doing all that. So a lot of it is fear.
I'm gonna say this: I don't get that, because you at a party and somebody roll up something you ain't seeing rolling, you say, "Here, smoke this." They smoke that.
I don't know what parties you been to.
So you ain't even asked for a minute. You eat these, go to these, some of these people house, eat these plates. You don't even know what they, that's a risk.
You know what?
Them potlucks, some work potlucks.
Potluck places, that's a risk.
I think it's a risk with money.
Right.
I think it's a risk with money.
Right.
It's money.
The money.
People that risk their health. They'll bungee jump and all that.
Right.
They'll put their body on the line before they put their bread on the line.
Yeah,
right. I don't get it. Like, same thing with lottery tickets. That's money. Anything you paying to destroy your, going to McDonald's and shit, you paying to destroy your body. So that's a risk. You might croak and eat that hamburger. Might be a wrap after that. So that's risk. So I don't get the risk thing. So CJ, I'll open it up to you.
Man, like we were just talking about, it's like people's priorities are messed up.
Right.
It's all about get rich quick, a quick lick. People don't want to do what traditionally has worked for everybody to create wealth.
Right.
Like the age of social media, you want it right now. And shoot, I've been there. Like with Amazon Prime, you get it the next day, if not the same day.
Right.
So yeah,
Wow.
Everybody's perception on success and what it takes to get to where you want to be, they don't have that realistic perception no more.
Right. Right. No doubt. But my take on it, man, that's the thing about it go to everything I see. But when I holler back, so I'm gonna just have to just read. I can't respond back. So yeah, I see how it go. So Hyman say, "What's up, man? You need to get on the panel, man. That's what's up. Get that content. Get out of the dinosaur age. You know what I mean? Dinosaur age is, you got to be visible, man. You got to have the digital footprint. The reason why we doing this is people ask me. Somebody asked me this weekend why I do podcasts, why I do this. It's an ego thing. No, it's not an ego thing. First of all, 60 to 70% of my business come off of digital footprint. They see me somewhere online. I got too big. I don't know where it come from online. It could come from the podcast, could come from Facebook. And they call me up. Some people agree with what I say. Some people, I don't know, maybe like the beard. Who knows? But they want to see you. Again, I talked about on the Power of Ownership podcast this weekend. Back in the days, we used to have a big book that people used to throw on your front porch called the Yellow Pages. And that was how you find out about businesses. You had to go read this little line, and see about business. That's gone now. Everything is on IG. IG is your new phone number. People want to see you now. You gotta be on video. If you're a business owner. Now, if you don't want to do none of this business stuff, you can easily be a W-2. Let work for somebody, let him take the risk, and let them take the risk, and you don't have to be seen. You can go to work, clock in, clock out, and go be a normal person. But if you want to be on this side, the entrepreneur side, unless you're doing some behind the scenes stuff, there's no way you can't be in front of the camera. You know what I mean? You got to have a digital footprint. Somebody, they want to check you out. This is what it is. That's the new card. That's the new business card.
Time.
Yeah, that's the time. And then you not only, you can't just think of present, you have to think of what's going to be 10 years from now.
Exactly.
So if it's already like everybody's on IG, what do you think is going to be 10 years from now? I think phone numbers are going to be gone because they're running out of numbers. You know what I mean? So I think it's going to be this IG. You have your ats.
Yep.
I think the phone number going to be gone. What do you need phone numbers for?
Shoot, back in the day, you used to remember everybody's number by heart, but shoot, now you got to look through your phone.
Right. Yeah, and then that it's a lot easier. You remember Brandon B. Dixon, or you know what I mean, or something like that, or somebody before you remember somebody's number. I don't remember. I remember my number because I say it so many times. But other than that, I don't know none of y'all numbers. You know what I mean? So,
right.
Hey, I don't either.
No, but Hyman asked, what's the topic? Topic today is going to be time is now. Procrastination, haste is waste. So on and so forth. So, and we talking about just people just waiting for that perfect time, as far as now. And the reason why This is all gonna come to a head at the end because right now it's getting super busy. I've been swamped all day, and the people that waited earlier this year, you're about to see. You're gonna be harder and harder to get something. You know, so
it's definitely it's starting to heat up.
Yeah, so it's gonna
definitely
be
starting to heat up.
So price is about to go back, skyrocket.
I don't know about that.
I mean, think about it. Let's talk about it.
I just had a client. We was in a bidding war on the house just yesterday. So
well, yeah, that's still bidding wars, but not like it was 2 years ago.
Well,
no, it ain't like that. But people are like they over asking price offers.
Oh yeah, I mean, inventory is still low, so you definitely you're gonna have bidding wars. Yeah.
Well, what I'm saying is this: think about it. I just left a place, and you got $15 chicken sandwiches, and you got $20 salads with no meat. So so stuff is high. It's getting higher and higher. So we talked about this on shows previous with yesterday's price and not today's price. So, and then the second thing is when we thinking a lot of money is not a lot of money no more. So 5,000 over stick is not a lot. 10,000 over stick is not a lot. The precedent has been set like a couple of years ago. So it ain't gonna be nothing to go 5,000 over sticker now. I guarantee you. No. So the $5,000 ain't what it was like, 20 years ago. So people.
Oh no, I'm not talking about that. I thought you meant the prices going back up like it was 2 years ago.
Well, 2 years ago was an anomaly. We not.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I mean, as far as you're not gonna have people paying 30, 40, 50,000 more than the home is worth.
You might
not like that.
You might. This depends on what space they're in, So it might happen, because limited inventory, So and then what happened is what how long it's taking to get permits now? If you want to build something,
it's a backlog,
right? So you might see. I mean, the people with means, if you're in that luxury space, they might come over $40,000-$50,000. That could be happening. I mean, but even in the mid range, you're gonna see this summer when it starts. Even because it's not spiking up, it's kind of slowing down as far as the rate hikes. Kind of settling in is gonna be 6s and 7s. You know what I mean? Now it might drop back down to 5, but it's probably gonna be out of the recession. So we got probably like 18 to 24 months before it dropped down in the 5s, and then it's gonna be crazy when So all loan officers out there that's listening to me, if y'all ain't getting y'all ish together right now and getting customers in and getting clients in, y'all gonna miss that refi boom. Because soon as that thing drop back down to 5, everybody gonna refi.
Man, what?
2025, what is gonna be 2024, 2025 gonna be crazy.
It's gonna be refis and people looking to buy.
Right. So the only thing is that when they refi and look for buying next time, the price is gonna be something different.
And it's probably gonna more or less be bidding wars like it was before.
Right. So my thing is this: I'm tying it back all into what I was the topic. Nothing. Like I said, nothing actually comes. I don't believe that the great things come to those who wait. Yeah, when you planting something and you building something, yeah, that outcome is great. But to jump in and start the work, I think that's not waiting for the best. I think that's procrastination.
Yeah, there's waiting and then there's waiting.
Right. There's waiting for your creation to actually shape up and yield your dividends. But there's waiting and not doing anything, sitting idle.
Yeah.
Is a difference.
You planting your seeds,
right?
And you working the long hours and you're doing this and doing that, and then you just can't be thinking, oh yeah, it's just gonna come knock on the door.
Right. Yeah. My thing is the bigger the risk, the greater the reward. Period. I mean, and then this isn't super risky. This is one of the more safer investments that you could get. Period. Nobody's gonna pick up a house and steal it. You know, so that's the thing. What I'm saying as far as I think what happens is this. You know, I think everybody looking for the dream house from the get go, and it's not gonna happen. You know, for the most part. Mo, who have you seen? You've been Barry. You've been in this thing for a while. Who gets their dream house the first go round?
Not many.
You ever seen somebody get their dream house the first house that they buy?
Probably the people that you would see like that are probably older folks that's getting their first home, maybe.
But is that the dream house, or they settled after
yeah, because they're older, and so they
make concessions out over the years, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Same thing with dating, like, you know what I mean? All right, now, you know, I want the older you get, you're gonna have to
you start
go down. You know what I'm saying? So, but who got their dream house?
Mostly, I mean, 4 or 5 years, 5, maybe 7 at the tops is what most people are staying in.
Right. So everything, you got to start looking at it like this. Everything is short term. Even the loan is short term. The actual house is short term for the most part. You know, so most 5 to 7 years. Most people stay in the house 5 to 7 years.
Yeah, on average.
Yeah. You got to start looking at it as almost like the stock market. Not really the stock market, but like a banking type thing, an investment type thing, meaning that we get we did some numbers earlier, right? On a house. If you $400,000 house, if you dump a little bit into it for repairs, let's say you dump 10, 15 into it to modernize it, and in 5 years is worth $500,000. You know, so you pretty much tripled your money, if not quadrupled it. Just think about it. I took $15,000, and now I done gained 85. You see what I'm saying? And then at the same time, you paying that thing down over 5 years. Now my balance is $350. And so when I go to get my next house, I got over 100 to play with. You see what I'm saying? See how that works?
Yep.
And you keep on going. You keep on going from there. Next house, all right, boom. You take that, put that down. I already got that gap. It's like a piggy bank, almost like a savings account. But it's instead of cash, it's in it's in real assets, which is property. That's why they call it real estate. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I just put the link in if y'all want to join the panel, I just put the link in the chat. So come on through, man. Come on through. Yeah, y'all go ahead, man. I'm talking to myself, man. Come on. Y'all go ahead.
I was gonna say that we haven't really been taught or shown that real estate is an investment. We've been taught that real estate, you get your family, you get your home, and you stay there for 30, 40 years, and that's the American dream. So we really haven't been taught that real estate is an investment.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, same thing what I was talking about earlier. Then I'll let you go, CJ. Like how people used to rely on the yellow pages. We still have the mentality of 60 years ago. Grandma and them got the one house, and like my grandmother got the house in the 60s. And they lived in it until the day they died. That's not how it goes nowadays.
Yeah.
They kept on adding on to the house. Now they went from like a little bitty matchbook house to now it's like, a nice house on like a half an acre. But that's those days are gone. You got to get that. That's 60 years ago, 70 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
That's gone. People, people move around.
But that older generation, because I have aunts and uncles. They've been in their house for 30 years.
Right.
So it's just, I would say, probably coming into maybe the generation right before us is the one that's like, okay, this is an investment now. Right. You're not about to be in your house for 40 years.
Right.
My grandmother.
And then back then, they still had redlining, so there weren't too many places they could go either.
Right.
Yeah, that's true too.
So yeah, you stayed in your house for 30 years, you worked at your job for 30 years and retired, got pensions. None of that exists no more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, all of that
So
is
like
gone.
a lot of us are first generation business owners, first generation college grads, first generation like to start creating wealth. So it's a whole different learning curve.
Yeah.
Right. So I think when you don't have the training on anything, you just result to what you see. And I think that's when all you saw, you see that one house, you live in until you die in that house. That's old school thing. I don't know why we think that way, because we look around. We dating international now. You got no, everybody's in a long distance relationship. Everybody getting flued out. So before, and I mean, before when I was, coming up in the 80s and 90s, I'm an 80s baby, but 70s infant, but 80s baby. But everybody, they married the girl that was in their same hometown, because that's all you had access to. You had that circumference. Now you could internationally. I'm talking to people from all over the world. It's changed. You see what I'm saying? So
now this age of information, you ain't gotta wait and go to a library or had the 20-something Encyclopedia Britannicas in the house.
Right, I remember that.
Everything.
I remember that.
You got everything in the palm of your hand now, so there really is no excuse to not know information now.
Right. So I think when we still old fashioned as far as when it comes to the mind frame about houses. If that's your goal, I'm saying, hey, fine, you want you one and done, but that's very rare. Anybody, even the most stoic person will tell you that's really unrealistic that you're gonna stay in the house 30 years, stay in the same neighborhood 30 years.
Right.
Even that, like me, empty nester. I'm about to, skedaddle here in a second. You get tired. I'm almost 10 years in this house now. So next year will be 10 years. So I got so even now you want to change the scenery.
Yep.
Something different. This is what it is. A decade is a long time. You know what I mean? Right. So Hyman, come on in, man. So
what's the deal, fellas? How y'all doing? Good to see you, young men. I missed you, young men. I be waiting to hear the show, man. Okay. I be missing you, young men. What happened? Tell me how it went at the Canon. You've had two episodes over there. So what happened?
Well, the Canon is just too much going on. I got too many people talking to me. I got people calling at the door. Hey, I'm at the door, so I gotta stop and do this. I can't concentrate on this. So it's too much element. Hey, they trying to figure out how to work the slideshow. It's just too much. So
okay, that's good. At least you had a good turnout where you're all over the place. You got people trying to come in and go. That's good.
Yeah. So I can't just sit there. I would have to. It could be done, but I would need a staff. So I would need a staff with somebody at the door. I need somebody to set up the PowerPoint. I need somebody to greet the guests. Because what happens is when they come in, they want to talk to me. It's kind of rude. They want, hey, B, you know what I mean? And I'm like, hey,
you're the reason why they show up, dog.
Exactly. So it's kind of
why they show up, man.
So I gotta stop. Hey, all right, what's up? All right, hold on, I'll be right back.
Yeah, that's cool.
It's too much.
So the topic of today is what? I only got the back half of. Are we complacent about being at home, first time home buyer?
No, it's really
procrastination.
And I had written down bigger risk, greater reward. I want to talk about the time is now, and then why. Where do you get? Where else do you get minimal effort with maximum yield? This doesn't exist.
There really is no way you can get minimal effort and maximum yield, regardless, no matter what industry you're in, whether it be ours, yours, or anything. You got to put max effort to get max return. Period.
Right.
It's fly to try to discuss it and figure out what it is.
Right. But why do people do it every day and then knowing this is common? So this seems like common sense, right?
Yeah, it does. It does.
But why do people?
TJ talked about the mic. We're in the microwave age where we want to hit the 30 seconds and it's hot and ready to go. You know what I mean? So that's just what we are. But that's just that, like on your rant, the generation that's coming up behind us just don't believe in hard work, man. They just don't believe in. Back in the day, you used to have to get out there in the sun and cut grass just to make you about what, $15?
Right.
You know what I mean? And
those
days are gone.
Right.
Yeah.
You used to have to, back in the days, I remember I come out the hood where you used to go to the Cool Cup lady house. You know what I'm saying? Go get you a 25-cent Cool Cup. But It took her all night to make the Kool-Aid, to get it frozen for you for the next day to eat the Cool Cup.
Right.
They're not doing that no more. So I think the social media age, of course, kind of speeds up the process for making any type of money. And of course, it makes it look so easy.
Right.
But I can be honest with you, B. I commend you on your ability to be consistent in social media. You know, I'm nowhere near that, and I can say that 100%.
Right.
None whatsoever. And my footprint is little or none, but it works for me. So
Right.
we've already had that argument about that.
Right. I mean, like I said, I
heard you
just
get a sneak comment talk about got to get you a footprint. I heard that, young man. I heard it.
But no, that's
I didn't hit it.
That wasn't a sneak at you. That's what I really believe in.
You really believe that, but don't be trying to be sneaking the noise like that, man. That ain't how we do stuff. I heard that.
That was. I definitely believe it.
You definitely mean what?
You know who said that, right? That was all Kevin Samuels. That wasn't me.
Kevin Samuels was talking about. Okay, I know you're a big fan of Kevin, and I listen to Kevin quite a bit as well. I understand a lot of his teachings, but that digital footprint is pertaining to, I guess, what you believe in sales. So yes, because you come from the sales industry, you're big about the sales. So yes, you need to have a digital footprint to sell. I agree 100%.
Yeah, we're in sales though.
I don't disagree with sales at all. But my way of selling is I got to get you on this phone. And social media is like, for me, it's more of a blocker than a helper. Because, okay, they'll message you or chat with you online while the world can see. But you hit them on that direct messenger or the DMs to get that phone number, to put them on that phone to go ahead and like always be closing ABC. They don't want to do that. So tell me a technique to how to close somebody through direct messenger.
I know messaging somebody as we speak.
I know I can't close like that through direct message. I can close you on the phone. I can close you in person like the rest of us. But
no, you use the
that's just the funnel.
Huh?
Yeah, that's just the funnel to get them on the phone.
Right, that's just the funnel. Somebody literally about 5 minutes before we started the show started a conversation with me. Hey, what type of service do you specialize in? I said mortgages. Do you have businesses start up? Like, nah, I have business lines of credit, established businesses. Boom, boom, boom. So we started a conversation right there. So,
but when they ask you your services, what is your prompt to say? Well, give me your phone number so I can talk to you.
Well, in this particular, I'm gonna wait till what they say. You know,
but if they never come back and say anything,
they ain't come back and say anything yet. But this is right now. This is live.
That's cool. That's a good way to do it.
Let's just say
always be closing. Be dicks. Be dicks. Yeah. You throw that line about your book about how I teach you how to sell. We got an instance right now. Right. How long should you wait before you message them back?
No, I'm gonna wait till they message. I'm gonna wait till they message me back. But
why are you waiting?
Because I already gave my response.
Man, fuck that. I've been trying to close.
Yeah,
hey, what's your phone number, man?
No, not yet. When here we go. Let's see what they say.
What they say?
Oh no, there's somebody else. But again, I get it all. You sit with me, you see my thing ring all day. You know, that's why I say it's not what's the post net per se, it's behind the scenes.
Of course.
You know what I mean? So it's the slide in the DMs.
So okay, it's been 3 minutes since he said that he asked you your services. When are you gonna send him a message back to see if you can close though?
Well, no.
You also say the key is in the follow-up, ain't that right, TJ and B?
I already followed up. No, I already answered them. I said that I get business lines of credit. They asked me if I set up businesses. I said, nah, I give business lines of credit. I didn't. Right. So now I got to see their reaction. So is that what you need? You know.
That's why I'm gonna learn something right now.
Right.
I'm hoping they respond. I really am.
Well, let's go hypothetically, because we ain't got all the time. What time is it?
You got 30 minutes.
No,
30 minutes. It's 8:30.
8:30. So we got about 10 minutes. But
okay. I'm looking at the clock on the side of the corner. All right, go ahead.
Right. So if they say, all right, I mean, well, how much? How much can you go up to? I mean, I'll let them know I got business lines of credit up to $1 million. How long you been in business? Or Is it just a recent business? Ask a couple of questions. So hey, listen, let's say let's say everything lined up. They just started a business a month ago. They have the 551 credit score that I need. They're in a restaurant business like I need, or whatever type of business, the brick and mortar like I need. So I asked, all right, so hey, let's do this. I just sent you a link to my calendar. Let's set up a time to talk. I want to touch base with you so we can go ahead and get the process started. Simple.
That's a hard close.
Not really. They'll send them a link to the calendar. They usually go on the calendar and set up a time, and then we'll talk from there. And then from there, I go ahead and send them the link to the app. I do my discovery call, which I'll discover. Figure out how long they've been in business, how much they make, and all of the real detailed stuff, the minutia.
Okay,
but
so
it all starts. This is the top of the funnel.
For me, I would have took it straight to what type of business do you own? Do you know what your gross revenue is? From that perspective, right then and there, because as a lender, yeah, that's good because you can always pipeline. I'm all about, okay, can we close you next month? You know what I'm saying? I got to get paid next month.
Right. Nah, I don't. I've had people that I've been talking to for years.
Oh, hell no.
Yeah,
that's got cut out twice, dog.
Nah, that's at the top of the funnel. They can't. That's kind of the people we talk about with the procrastination. Yeah. So they still at the top of the funnel. But I'm not gonna try to pull you down the actual funnel. I'm gonna guide you down the funnel.
Oh my, you got a lot of patience, dog. I'd have been letting them ride.
But I have an abundance mindset.
That'd have been one of them catch and release. Oh, it's too smart.
Take a picture with it.
Yeah. Two different mind frames. This is what I say at the end of every interview. That when I interview new people, if you got a bucket of water and you got a hole at the bottom, what's the best way to keep water in that bucket?
What is it?
What do you say?
I have a hole in the bottom of the water bucket. Keep filling it up with water.
Right, that's the correct answer. But your answer says that you're gonna plug it up. You're gonna stick your finger in there and try to hold on to that water that you got.
Nah. So because I believe in just letting it ride, that's what you believe. I would put my finger in a hole.
Right. So what I mean is I will constantly fill it. Constantly fill it with water.
True. You're constantly filling with water, which means you're constantly filling the pipeline with leads. I agree 100%.
Right. So that's
once again, we got that different sides of the perspective.
Right.
Now I'm gonna hopefully my fellow agents side with me on this one. The ability to constantly put in unqualified leads because you have not took the time to pre-qualify over the phone is too much. Because while you're fooling around with them for 2 weeks, getting them on the phone, you could actually keep falling in the right thing and have your next deal. Now on the lending side, you can put those people in and just, I guess you call, what we used to call it back when we was at KW, what was it called?
Nurturing.
And it was another one. What was the other one?
Drip.
Drip, like a drip campaign or something.
Yeah, you do all that shit like that. Drip campaigns and all that shit. I'm like, nah.
Well, this is the thing. It's a little bit deeper.
That's why I say on the lending side, yes. Right. But
even on our side, I'm gonna teach my realtors the same thing.
No, I was gonna say I don't just let them go.
Nah, you ain't letting them go. I got that
somebody stay on the drip campaign, CJ.
Shoot, till they buy some.
this is the thing. See, I'm
that's the good thing about a drip campaign.
I don't turn down nothing but my collar.
You don't even have to talk to them anymore till they get to it.
Nothing but the collar, though. I hear you.
I'm very precise. Let's see how this looks like. What I'm talking about.
Okay.
Let's be very, for the record. So if I got somebody that's tapping me, boom, hey, I'm interested. That's what I call. They wave their hand. They say they need my services.
Okay.
So I'm gonna start chit chatting with them on IG or whatever method they come. A lot of people call me. Some people just DM me. Some people, email me. I have all of the above. So let's say the DM approach. They DM me and I say, boom, boom, boom. Hey, I'm interested. I might be refining in a few. I might be buying a house in a few. Are you taking on clients or or what do I need to do? What's the process? So I always try to, get them to do a phone call. So, hey, here goes the calendar link. Let's set up a time to talk. Most of the time that works. Let's say 8 out of 10 times that works. The 2 out of 10, like, nah, I'm not quite ready yet. I'll contact you when I'm ready. Okay, cool. I'll keep you in mind. I save that information. I'll write down the information to act, and I'll keep them on in a separate list. Boom. Takes me literally no seconds. Boom. Keep going. Next one. So when I'm following up, hey, just checking back on you 3 months from now, 6 months from now. Hey, just checking back on you. Are you closer to what you want? Not yet. Give me a few more or whatever. You know, yeah, I'm getting close. All right. Hey, go to the calendar. Let's go and set this thing up. Now, I had people come. I had early this year, the first one I think in January. He for a long time we talked back and forth. I don't want to say a year, but it was a few months. He finally was ready. All right, I think this is the year. Boom. All right, let's go. Boom. Filled out the application. This was in Atlanta. Filled out the application. He got a VA loan. But this relationship started, or this digital relationship, because I never met him. Still, to this day, he came in on the ground. It started like, I want to say 21. So, but I didn't rush him. I just tapped him. Hey, boom.
Yeah, I've seen that method work many times. I've seen it work many times.
Right.
Now, if we're going to equate the effort versus the time,
Right.
and the amount of money it's made, there's no time.
No, it takes me literally, if I'm committed to 14 to 15 hours a week, at least 2 hours a day on social media. And I'm not just lurking. I'm sitting there working my behind the scenes, my social media. I'm on there anyway.
Yes.
So I'm talking to people. I'm answering my DMs. I'm going back and forth. I'm messaging. Anyway, this takes literally seconds. So if I accumulated all of the time that I spent with them, probably it'd be less than 5 minutes.
True.
You know, that I've actually spent. I spent more time with them talking on the phone once we was in the process of going down the road.
Yeah.
That's when we actually spent time. All right, this is what we gonna do. This is how the rates are, blah, blah, blah. That was actually but getting them probably less than 5 minutes. If you equate all of those little 10 seconds, 30 seconds here, 45 seconds here, that didn't take too long.
Yeah.
And then I paid nothing for them. I mean, I don't know how I could probably quantify, you know, as far as editing videos or something like that, but he seen my digital footprint.
True.
Yeah, and then
hey, don't worry about it. Hyman, just send me them people you don't want to work with no more.
Right.
You want me to? I promise you ain't gonna want. I promise you ain't gonna want because my pre-qual game is pretty solid.
People don't realize that I made probably, you know, definitely in my pocket, well over, I would say approaching like $500,000 off of goddamn Instagram.
It is one of the biggest quote unquote business platforms now.
Right. So people, you know, and people look at the front end and they lost. They don't understand how this thing works.
Lost in the
look sauce. At the posts. They look at the likes and stuff like that. Oh, you ain't getting a lot of likes on that post. Yeah, that ain't how this works.
Lost in the sauce.
They lost. They're thinking of it as a consumer. I'm looking at it as a business. When they look for, and people get attest to this. I even got a trainee. When they look for Houston loan officer, Katy loan officer, Cypress loan officer, I'm popping up.
Yeah, I can 100%.
You gonna see me
because I've seen all your shorts. I've seen all your shorts.
You gonna see me some kind of way, and then it grabs their attention, who they like, who they gravitate toward.
Yeah, very true.
That's who they're gonna reach out to. That's how this works nowadays.
Well, I can't say CJ because CJ on board with you. Bear, tell him about it, Bear. Tell him about it, Bear.
I'm trying to get CJ over. You know what I'm saying?
I'm getting there. I'm getting there.
He hokey pokey, halfway in, halfway out. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
I'm getting there.
Where you at, B, on this thing, Bear? Where you at? You halfway in and halfway out, or you 100% like Bear? I mean, like B, Bear.
I do a lot of social media.
So tell me about it. What's the return?
What's the return?
Yeah, one of my colleagues gonna tell me the return. I'm tired of hearing the loan officer's return.
Loan officer return.
Yeah, I
I've gotten a couple referrals off of it. I get most of one thing I did have to learn is most of those that I get are going to be that top of the funnel, like he said. You know, it's a lot of it is that interest. And so I do try to get I try to get their information, and I have campaigns already set up. So once I get their name and I get their email address, I can put them on a campaign, and I'm not doing anything with it. It's already set up.
Yeah, I know.
See, I think that's what you're making.
So it's already set up. So you're talking about time. So yeah, I'm not gonna sit here and mess with somebody who 6 months down the 6 months down the line they don't know what they want to do. But I have them on that campaign maybe most of mine start off like every 2 weeks. I'll send them something. Then a month, and then maybe a month and a half.
You got the 24
something to stay on that mind. So yeah.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
That's why y'all think y'all thinking y'all got this from Keller Williams somewhere, and that don't work.
And so
that's the program they teach us.
All I need is their email address. I get their email address, and plus I'll know in a few the first time I send an email out, I'll know if it's a correct email address.
Right.
So I won't it won't just be sending anything.
Right.
So those people I'm staying on top of mine. I'm getting ready to close one now that I've literally been working with for over a year. Been sending them emails for over a year.
My thing is this.
But I'm not spending, it's not like I'm calling them every day and all of that, but I've been on top of their mind, and those emails have been hitting them.
Yeah. And I know that works. It works 100%. My concern with that is, how many people do we have to actually put into this funnel consistently to get the return that we need to get to have to close the deal every month? And I think that's about I think they teach us about 180.
Yeah, it's about at least 100.
They used to teach that. I don't know if they still teach that. Do they still teach that?
Yeah,
it's about
they don't really talk about it, but yeah, you got to be hitting it.
Yeah, and so if you have to get 180 people just to put them into the funnel, and here's the funny thing, B Dix, you talk about the KW programming. The shit works. Don't get it twisted. The shit works. It works. I just didn't see no need for it from where I was at. It works.
Dinosaurs ruled the earth at one point too.
But that's not a dinosaur method.
Yeah, it is.
Oh man.
Yeah, you need to go to B.
I tell a rookie in a heartbeat to go to KW and learn how to run the business. Once you learn how to run the business,
come on over to Greenwood and learn my method.
At some point you're gonna leave, but
Come on to Greenwood and learn my method. Learn from the best.
Man, come on, dog.
I teach you how to.
I applaud your confidence in the Greenwood methods. You know what I'm saying? I applaud them.
Well, it's not the Greenwood method yet. It's the Brandon B. Dixon method.
The Greenwood receipt. Dixon. I applaud your confidence in it.
Right. Let me.
This KW Kool-Aid has made a lot of people millionaires, man. 100%.
I think it was probably hot.
Tell him, Barry. You know it. That's why he said over there gritty.
Who? What?
Barry.
The burning, the churn and burn. Churn and burn don't work. Churn and burn do not work.
Churn and what?
Churn and burn.
Churn and burn.
Oh.
Yeah. Let me tell you why I disagree. I'm just saying this. I shouldn't be telling you this because this is real gold.
What do you mean you shouldn't be saying something, man? This is your show. You can say what the hell you want to say.
Right, because I just want to make a point. This to show you how Lightyear is way ahead. And this should be for pay. This is like a lot of game.
A lot of game. Oh wow.
Yeah. So what happens?
The game should be sold and not told, huh?
Game should be sold. Yeah. So I'm giving you a little piece of advice. What happens when you automatically, especially with millennials, ask for their email address and their phone number? You seem too thirsty. And you seem too thirsty. You seem too salesy. You seem too anxious. So. You know what I mean? So it's
I don't know what you mean, B Dix.
Yeah, so it's the timing factor.
Factor. I'm not here trying to get
you gotta listen and listen. I had to tell somebody this at the time before. You got one mouth and two ears for a reason. You gotta listen to understand, not listen to talk. If you really trying to understand me, give me a second to really let this unfold, and it all makes sense in a second. Give me 1 second. The reason why I want to say this is because you seem too anxious. People don't like to be sold. They want to feel like they're making their own decision. You know, so if you reach out to you, and the first thing that you want to do is get their email address, they already know what the deal is. They're not stupid. You're gonna put them on the drip campaign. They know this is automatic. There's no personal touch to this. In order to the first chapter of my book, in order to persuade somebody, you need to do something significant, personal, and unexpected. That's the definition of reciprocity. Significant, personal, and unexpected. So they expect me to put them on a drip campaign. They expect me to ask for their email address. Nah, I'm gonna put it in your pocket. What are you trying to do? What you trying to accomplish? Okay. All right. So I'm gonna chit chat with them for a little while. You know, so they ain't not expecting this. So hey, when you ready, here go the link. I'm not thirsty. When you ready, you know. So then if they really want to get it and they moving, what's in the morning? Christine, quick question since this came before. Did you get to sign an mandatory clause?
No, I just got back.
Oh, you ain't get it? I'm looking at this email, but anyway.
Yeah, man, you got to sign an FHA mandatory clause. CJ, you tripping, dog?
All right. So yeah, we need that ASAP.
Man.
You know, and for the seller's agent as well. So you know, because but anyway, you don't seem as thirsty. You seem something significant. This is the thing that's going to be significant and personal. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna follow them. I'm gonna start commenting on their stuff. You know, I'm gonna start liking their pics. That's unexpected. So now we follow each other. We cool. You know what I'm saying? I'm following them. I'm liking their baby. I'm commenting on liking the baby pics, man. Oh man, blah blah blah. So now it's more humanized. I'm not just trying to sell them something. So when they get ready, hey man, I've been seeing you. I done hooked them now. They need. I mean, I did something nice for them. Now they feel a need to do something nice for me. So when that's how they feel obligated. You see what I'm saying? I didn't try to bombard them. I'm not gonna put them on a drip campaign with some blanket email. I'm gonna just go ahead and follow them on social media.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I met them.
True.
You see what I'm saying? So significant personal. If you put them in that term, of course you're gonna lose most of them. That's why they got 180. My return rate is probably. I didn't even quantify it. It's up there. It's probably in the 90%.
Oh, okay.
You know, because the ones that kicking the can down the road, they're just kicking the can down the road. I don't. Just looking at the social media, I don't think they went anywhere else. They just hadn't done it yet. They hadn't pulled the trigger yet.
Get him, Barrett. Get him, Barrett. Don't make me get him by myself. Get him, Barrett.
So it's a little bit different.
Man. We let him talk.
Now,
we let him talk himself in circles. Go ahead, Barrett. I'm gonna turn my.
But nah, this rate.
Turn my back like this right here.
You know what?
Wait, one other thing as well. I don't put people into email campaigns until after they did business. Just as a reminder. You know what I mean? So I don't put them up front like I don't churn and burn like that. So what happens is, yeah, you top of mind, but you could be top of mind on their social media as well. You don't have to be top of mind email. That's 20 years ago.
Yeah, you'd be surprised how many people still do that.
Yeah, they got people. I'm not saying nothing.
You'd be surprised how many people still do direct mail. I still do direct mail.
Get him, Barrett. Tell him what it's about, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I think there's a lot of avenues, you know, to
Don't
it.
be scared
You know,
of Barrett. Go on, get after it, man.
Crazy.
Stuff, turn and burn, man.
But I mean, I understand what he's saying. Yeah, you really don't want to look like a salesman. But one of the things is also if they're coming to you, they already know that's what you do.
Right.
So if somebody reaches out to me or sends me a DM about a house they saw me,
right? But again, significant
that I might have put just a house or agent.
Right.
Got that dial up over there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
A couple of things to combat that. First of all, like we talked about earlier, you got to embrace you're still thinking 20 years ago. You got to embrace you got to embrace the new age.
Am I back on?
IG and a LinkedIn is better than an email.
I don't know, man.
Yeah,
CJ,
I think.
your mind
I'm
looks
thinking.
perplexed, dog.
I'm thinking in 2002, the World Trade Center just didn't fall. It was 23 years ago. So if I
Dog.
got your
I
IG,
think all of it. I think all of it can be used
if
together.
I got your IG, I got your LinkedIn, I got your Facebook. That's better than your email address.
Because I check all of them before I check my email.
Exactly. You're gonna pop up and you're gonna check your DM first.
Really?
I
Is
do.
that why you haven't done your addendum clause yet? Because he didn't send it to you on IG DM, CJ?
Probably. That's what we were talking about that at the meeting. We were talking about that at the meeting today. We have a Houston Nexus meeting. We're gonna talk. That's gonna be all in the same. They ain't gonna have phone numbers in a second.
Yeah,
We all the
I can see
same
where that's
thing.
coming from. Man, look here.
Shoot,
I got you. I got your
call me
back, man.
from
I got your back,
Instagram
dog.
DM.
I got your back,
Right.
man. Look here,
Right.
B.
It's getting where it's gonna be all merged in a second.
Look at B Dix. Let me tell
Right.
you something, homeboy.
Wait,
Instagram
Gucci.
is prevalent for an age group that I can say for my own specific, my demographic is not there. I look for people between the ages of 40 and 60. You hear what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I
40
don't
and
feel
60.
it. Yeah, Gen
That's
X is
what my
on there.
demographic is. So,
Gen X is definitely on there.
huh?
I'm Gen X. Gen X is definitely on there.
Between 40 and 60,
Right. I'm 46.
right? Are you on there for fun or you on there for business?
Everybody's on there for business.
So if I'm looking to do business with another business, great. That's where I will find you at. But my demographic for who I do business with between 40 and 60, they not really. They can I say it how I want to say it?
They on there for
Can I say it how I want
recreation.
to say, B Dix? I don't want to get you in trouble.
No, I mean we could dance around it, but they're on there for recreation. However, it's leaking into the society where before
they want to see who
before
got
you
the best
actually do
BBWs.
business, they want to actually see you on the ground first.
What they want to see if I'm on the ground for?
That's what I want to. I give you an example. It's your business card. It's now that is the restaurant to see if you have a line out or nobody's there. I'm gonna look at your ground first.
Right. But I'm not a restaurateur. I'm a realtor.
Right, but it's all the same thing. It's all sales.
But here's the thing. Once again, my demographic between 40 and 60 is not really there doing what
they're on there.
They're doing. They're looking at women's bodies, man. They say what they're doing. They're looking at the next. Whoa, you know what I'm saying? That's what they're doing.
But what happened is it's steadily leaking into the society where they're gonna check the gram first. They're gonna check, if not the gram, they're gonna check your digital presence for sure.
I don't disagree about that. If I'm looking for that 30-year-old, that 35-year-old, because of what I do, they haven't made enough money just yet.
I think you're vastly underestimating the social media presence. I think this thing is, they check this thing before they brush their teeth. I think you vastly.
I don't disagree with you on that.
I think you vastly underestimating how much is this has integrated into our psyche and our society.
But here's the thing: the person I'm looking for, they're gonna brush their teeth, they're gonna drink some coffee, they're gonna watch the news, and then they're gonna check it. And that's where they're gonna see me. Hey, this Lemon, what's going on, man? We got to take care of this business.
Yeah, but I think
Did you see the news? Like, yeah,
I think it's flip flop. I think if you're talking on 100%, your percent is like this, and the other percent is like this. I think it's shrinking by the day, by the minute.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you on that. So I don't disagree with you on that.
If you're in a business, if you're forward thinking, why wouldn't you want to be aimed toward the bigger piece of the pie or the smaller shrinking piece of the pie?
Oh, that's a great statement. The smaller piece of the pie owns the majority of the money. That's
false. I mean,
you just told me.
You just put two things together that
hold on. I can go back 3 weeks ago when you said, "Hey, man, the wealth gap is getting greater, and those of you who are barely making enough money, you need to get on board and buy a house now because it's not going to get cheaper anytime sooner." So that gap, that smaller portion, that's where your money is at.
You're saying that the smaller portion is the actual people that's not embracing social media, and that's a false equivalent.
I'm telling you who got the money that's on social media, though. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying.
Where's your studies show receipts?
They're in that small group because they have a little bit more money than that.
Show receipts. Show receipts. Where's the studies to back this?
Of the demographic that has the most money? baby boomers are responsible for the most wealth in the country at this point. Right now, baby boomers still have the majority of the wealth in our country. Am I not mistaken?
Yeah. I mean, you
Am I mistaken?
Millennials, Gen X.
Millennials are nowhere near the baby boomers as far as comes to wealth.
Right, but you said that baby boomers are not online.
No, they're not. They're looking at their grandkids. Hey, that's what they're doing. They're not there trying to find new opportunities.
So let me ask you a couple of things. All right, let's go down this rabbit hole to say
I think Barry, didn't you just say somebody it was an older gentleman just got their first house? They I think the question was who's getting that first house, their dream home first, and it was an older gentleman, older couple, right?
And those are, I was saying that basically those are the ones that's looking to stay in their house those long years, but they're not gonna be. They're already older, so they're not gonna be. They're not about to sell every 5-7 years. Like maybe a couple in their 30s.
Let's go down the rabbit hole. Let's go down the rabbit hole to say that the premise of what you're saying is true, which is false.
Why do you think am I false, dog?
Because where's your studies? Let me show receipts. Show me receipts.
You want me to pull up something just so I can tell you that?
Yeah, exactly. Because it's false. But let's take it to where you're saying.
How you want me to send it to you, man?
All right, you can email it to me. Let's go your method. Let's go.
As many videos I watched, I don't know your email address or your phone number.
Yeah, so let's go back in the Stone Age. So
DM it to him.
Who? I don't even know. I'm not even on Instagram. The DM.
Right. So, but check this out. Let's go down this actual path. Let's say this is true. What would be a better business plan to actually target the demographic that's actually going out, that's only going to be here, that's very, very small? Or would you target the majority of people that's actually got comparable money and that's actually going to buy 2-3 times from you? Because that older person, they might be one and done if they even do business with you at all. Because most are settled, they done with the house buying. Or you want to get them at the beginning where you can have a lifelong customer. How I set up my business, I want to target that person. If I don't catch them at the beginning, I won't catch them close to the beginning, so I have a lifelong customer relationship.
True.
So that's who I go for. That's who I set up, and that's who I'm geared towards.
True.
Not just people. I'm not age discriminate. Now, however, if older people, I get some of those. I get people my age. I get all, and then believe it or not, they're on the ground. They're on LinkedIn.
No, I'm not disagreeing with you on that.
They're on YouTube.
No, I'm not disagreeing with you on that.
Yeah, so I mean,
you like to bring things to a point of where you are in your business, and just like CJ and Bear, I'm always refer to my fellow realtor colleagues. You have no backup because Corey's not online. So,
right.
For my colleagues that's in my corner now. I've gotten to the point where I can tell you who I'm looking for and why I'm looking for them, and I know where they are. Right. So,
what's your best strategy in meeting?
When I meet with them, more like it's a lot.
No. How do you keep your bucket full of water?
Oh, I'm constantly talking to them. So
how does this happen? How does this look? So do I go to a bar and meet them? Where do I meet these people at?
Most of them I go to their house.
So you just, hey, what's up, man? I'm a realtor. You a door knocker?
I've done door knocking, but no.
How do you meet somebody? How do you go from greet to receipt?
Greet to receipt?
Yeah.
Phone calls.
Phone call whom?
I met them. You said greet to receipt.
Where do you meet them?
Oh, it's a lot of referral business. I'm sorry. A lot of referral business.
So you're referral based?
Yeah, very much so, Doc. Right. What I do is very, very niche. Very niche. And I thought you knew that by now.
Gotcha. No, I don't know. I don't know.
Oh, my bad. Okay.
Because I got my own.
I'm an investment style realtor, Doc. So when I tell you my age group is 40 to 60, that age group and that demographic has a lot of money that's looking to use that money to make money.
Gotcha.
So when their family needs help, they call me. Hey, can you help me get a house? Yeah, no problem.
All right. So what's the method for getting those referrals or generate those referrals?
Create a solid relationship with them.
But how you put the cart before the horse? How to create the relationship? And I just met them. How do I get the referral?
Talk to them. If I have open houses, so most of my investments come from. I met them through KW. When I was at KW, I met a lot of my investors there, and they still work with me since. And I meet their families, and I get their family's business, and I get their family's friends' business. Now,
Mhm.
my core investors, we just buy and sell multifamily. That's it. That's my core. It's like 6 or 7. That's what we do all day, every day. Now, if their son want to buy a house, all right, cool. If their son's friend want to buy a house, they call me. If they son, whoever want to do this, they call me. As far as going out and finding new clientele, not so much.
I'm gonna have to call Cap. If that was the case, if you were going, you had this tree, and you would constantly be on to the next, because somebody related to somebody.
Call it.
Yeah. So what is your methodology? Let me one more time. What is your methodology for getting these referrals, or is it random?
No, there's nothing
What's
random.
the
I think he's talking about like just lead. How do you get in your leads? I think that's
No.
What
You say you referral based.
Referral
How
based,
do you
that's
get the
leads.
referral? Is it random,
No,
or do you have a methodology?
they know what I do. I say, well,
No,
if
no,
they
no,
got
no,
anybody
no,
need
no,
help.
no, no.
Hold on.
What is your methodology for getting these referrals?
They just refer me because they know I do good work.
Random.
Oh, it's random.
Random.
Oh, okay.
So I don't rock random.
Neither do I.
It sounds like it to me.
Neither do I.
What's the methodology then? Explain. You got the floor.
All right. So if I bring CJ on, CJ meets me at one of my deals. He say, man, I'm looking to invest. All right, cool. I call him a couple of times, get his information, try to put a deal together. We put a deal together. CJ likes what I do.
Okay.
I call CJ. I know damn near CJ's whole family just by talking to him on a random basis. I create a relationship that's more so that has less to do with real estate and more to do with one another and how we can compare, be compatible. In that regard, they say, you know what, my guy Lemons can help you. He does great work. I established the relationship so strong to where they just talk about what I do. When I go to their house to talk about the transactions that we're doing, their family is there. They ask me, I get more questions about everything else other than real estate to help everybody else that's not in real estate. Does that make sense?
You know what I'm hearing?
What are you hearing?
Random.
Cool.
You have no methodology. You're hoping and wishing that somebody overhear you and that they hopefully refer you over. So you're not deliberate in what you're doing.
Oh, I'm not deliberate in what I'm doing.
That's what I hear. There's no methodology. You don't have a game plan.
Huh? Okay.
You're hoping.
So the game plan would be if I was to log on to Facebook every day, post an ad, wait for them to DM me to do that, right? That would be considered a methodology to you?
Nope. That's not the methodology. See, nobody understands the behind the scenes work.
I'm listening.
There's a method behind it. Now that I'm not gonna give out in public. That's a caution. Yeah, that's not. But that's a caution.
That ain't free, huh?
That ain't free right there.
That ain't free?
Yeah, because a lot of people, it's right in front of their face, they missing it. You know what I mean? But it's deliberate. And it's almost the same as what you're saying as Keller Williams, but it's updated.
Because it's social media. And you believe social media
is digital.
It's digital.
I could touch instead of emails. Now, emails, people check maybe once or twice a day. People check this all day, every day. You see what I'm saying? So it's a little bit different. It's a little bit more. The only thing that's comparable is a text message. The only thing about the text message, they're passing legislation to actually outlaw
the mass text.
The mass text.
So, because you feel like what I do is random.
Right. But no, I'm not hearing the methodology. I'm hearing.
I just told you what the method of getting the referral.
Right. No.
Do I go and say, hey man, if you know anybody that's looking to buy or sell a house, come and tell them to call me? Right? Is that what you mean? Well, no, I don't have to do that. Because they already know because of what I've done in the past for them.
Right. So again.
Now have I asked to say make sure if you got anybody know they want to buy or sell a house? Yes, I've done that and it does work. Do I go out amongst my 6 or 7 to do that? I don't have to do that. Anybody new, I may do it.
What do you mean you don't have to do that?
I've been dealing with my investors now for about 4 years.
Mm-hmm. Have you made 7 figures yet?
No.
Yeah. We made high 6.
Yes.
So what is your goal?
As of right now, breaking into more of commercial work?
No, monetarily.
Monetarily?
All right. Is 7 figures a goal of yours?
I don't know if it's 7 figures a goal or not, to be honest with you.
Right.
Is 7 figures a goal of yours?
7 figures is a goal of mine.
What's the 7 figures for?
As a goal to go to 8.
So if the figure is constantly to go up, then the idea of saying that's what you want. I learned this a while back. I was reading, I think it's See You at the Top by Zig Ziglar. I think it talks about what does your ideal day look like in your business? What does it look like? And my ideal day is to take a few meetings, make a few calls, and pick up my kids, and know that everything that I want to do, I can do. And I'm damn near there. Take a few meetings, make a few calls, make enough money to do what I want to do when I want to do. Now, is that $1 million? It could be. It could be less because of how I live. That's what that's about. So when we talk about how much money does it require, that's the case. I remember KW used to tell you that in the beginning, like how much money do you want to make, and then you work reverse engineer it to do how many deals you got to do a year to do it. And that's true. That's how you start. How much money do you want to make? Cool. I'm at a point in my career is about how much time do I want to keep to do what I want to do when I want to do it. If I can do what I want to do with making $100,000, I'm fine with that.
Let's be real.
Let's be real.
I gotta call Cap again, man.
Go ahead.
Man.
The reason why I gotta call Cap is like, man, nobody. I think it's, putting you aside because a lot of people take this personal. I think when I hear that, when people try to sell me on that, I hear you gave up before you try to start. That's what I hear.
I don't agree with that.
I think. Hold on. I listened. I ain't said a word.
You can rant about how we think money does this and how we think we should have this, but when a person talks about something other than that,
I can't even finish my thought. Can I finish it?
Go ahead.
Can I finish on my own?
I'm gonna get your show exciting, dog.
If you say so. You know what I mean? If you say so. I hear that you gave up before you started. Do you start a race, say, man, I'm gonna finish third, man. I'm about to finish third in this thing. You know, man, I'm about to get knocked out. Man, I mean, Foreman about to knock me out, man. I'm gonna go in there, I'm gonna give him a good boxing jump. I'm gonna take that right in the chin. Boom, he's gonna lay me out. You know what I'm saying, man? This is gonna look so live. I think all men want to be at top of their field. I think as we get older and as reality starts setting, you start making compromises and start settling. That's what they call it, settle. You're compromising. All people want to be the best at what they do and maximize the yield. Go for the gusto. Go for the best. Now, again, yes, I agree with part of what you're saying that, freedom is when you have the time to do what you want to do. However, we're talking back with sticking my finger in the bucket and hoping that water won't evaporate quickly on me. Because what happens is this thing, if you understand how money works, it's constantly depreciating. It's debt notes. So you got to constantly make it to where it makes more money. It's a constant thing. That's why you got to constantly fill that bucket with water. So people say, I'm gonna just make enough where I'm comfortable. Comfortable? Why should you always should be uncomfortable? We man, we grown men on this thing. We should be uncomfortable to be great. Period. So that's my philosophy on it. Now, I've heard, this sounds good. I just want enough to be comfortable and I'm good and bills is paid and that is not what I preach. I mean, some people that might be a philosophy.
Let me ask you a quick question because I kind of see where he's coming from. Does being the best mean I'm making the most money?
It should.
Ooh.
I think that's
Oh,
that's.
man.
And see,
Y'all
that's
in
what
the
I was
chat?
hearing from
Because
him.
the fan, because
Yeah, and
the
here's
market
thing,
gonna speak. If you
that's a Kevin
trash,
Samuels. That's a Kevin Samuels staple right there. He says we are judged by what we do and how much money we make as far as being what they consider a high value man. I don't disagree with that. Amongst my peers, I want to be better than all of you at what I do. By no means am I going to say that. Amongst my peers. Now, in my household and how each one of us run our households and what we want, that's each to his own. But when we step out that door, yes, we want to be the best no matter what. At the end of the day, if I'm on the side with CJ trying to put a deal together, I'm trying to test CJ ass up. 100%. And I expect y'all to do the same thing.
right.
Not gonna happen.
That's the
This is the Kevin
right?
Samuels statement. Staple. Competence gets compensated. So if you're the best at what you do, you should, by default, have the most money.
I don't disagree with you on that.
You know, so if you're the best in your field, because the people gonna speak, the market gonna speak.
Yeah.
The market knows crap from pudding.
Right. And I think you said it once before that 80% of the money that's made in our industry is made by 20% of the agents.
Right. So
I'm a part of that 20%. I know that for a fact.
So I never shot.
CJ is a part of that 20%. I think Barry is a part of that 20% for a fact. It's 80. What is 80,000 of us now in the city of Houston?
I don't know about that. I think it's 40,000, but
I thought it was 80.
I never shot.
Like 40, 50.
40, 50. That many of them fell off already?
It don't take long.
Damn.
My thing is, I think nobody, not a competitive man, not an alpha man, not a high value man, shoots for the middle. If you're gonna shoot at something, kill it. Why I got a gun and I just pow, 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 pow. Damn, I ain't hit nothing. If you're gonna shoot at something, kill it. I'm gonna hit that deer. Pow.
Say it again for me, Barry. So in order to say you killing it means you wanna make $1 million?
Yeah, and so I guess that's what.
Shoot it again.
That's the thing I'm looking at is there a dollar amount?
Yeah.
Because if you say that, because if you say 7 figures is my goal, then what was the next thing you said? When that take me to 8 figures,
right?
And then I'm at 9 figures.
The market dictates.
But is that a goal, or I mean,
no?
Is it the dollar amount?
The market dictates what
it's making you.
Yeah, because I can look at the numbers. I can see boys making 7. I can see the top people making this. So that's where I want to be. Does that make sense?
Of course.
Yeah, it does quantify your goal should quantify to a dollar amount when you see the top people in your field doing this. The top 1%. So that's your parameters.
So the top 1% in our industry right now, as a single agent, I think it's maybe 5 million in sales, or is it 10? Got the book right.
Y'all would know better on that end.
Texas Realtor book. See that? You see that guy? Y'all got y'all's in the mail. You can see what the top 10%. They used to have it in here too.
Right. Well, I was a Scotsman guy, so you know. So
what you said, Bear? Show that rascal. We keep up with our industry.
It's in the other room.
We keep up with our industry. Where your book at?
It's another room.
Yes, we keep up with your industry, man.
Well, I was a Scotsman guy.
It's a who?
Scotsman guy is digital.
Oh, it's this. Oh, bless y'all heart.
Right. So
I guess we're still old school. They want to give us the paperwork. I still like the paperwork.
Save the trees.
Save the trees. They already cut down.
Right.
For real. I don't know if it's in here though. I don't think it might not be the edition.
Right. So I'm saying that to say this: if you're gonna shoot at something, kill it, man.
Kill it, man.
I've never seen anybody. Yeah, I want to be mediocre. I want to finish 5th. If I finish 5th and I think I did well, that don't sound masculine to me.
Hell no. By no means. Because I didn't tell you what the number was. Because of where I am in my life right now.
What do you mean? Yeah, you said you didn't know. It depends.
I really didn't. I really didn't.
As long as my bills, what I heard, again, don't forget it's two parts of communication. There's a sender and a receiver, and it's up to the sender to make sure the receiver gets the message. Because don't forget, words are not a conduit.
Of
So,
course.
so what I've heard you say is
I
that
haven't.
yeah, it just depends on if I could survive off that 100,000, be comfortable. I'm good with that. That's what I heard.
That's what you heard.
You know, and what I would say to that is that 100,000, that's the bottom of the barrel. You know, that's if you look at the bottom, that ain't even on the board.
Mm.
Yeah, that ain't gonna make that magazine that you're looking at.
Mm.
You see what I'm saying? So don't forget, if you set your goals and you really shoot at something, you really have a target to hit. That's the only way you're gonna hit it.
Ah.
If you got a moving target and you don't know, I don't know, whatever. It depends. I don't know. I might hit this rabbit. I might hit this dude. You know that's you know what I'm saying. You ain't
So
gonna
here's
hit
the
that.
thing. So here's the thing, B. You have yet to come on and say what the target goal for what you see it as. Now I told you mine. I don't have a problem with saying it, right?
I didn't hear
And I
that.
allowed you to say what you had to say about it. Now
Right, I said mine. I said
I'm listening.
I don't know how this get to me. We talking about you, but yeah, my goal is on my board right here.
Say the number, man.
Shit, let's say seven figures a bus.
7 figures a bus.
Yep.
That's the number?
What?
That's
A
the
million?
number. 7 figures a
million?
bus.
2 million? 3 million? 4
Nah,
million?
no, a million. Like Lil Wayne, a
Billion?
million.
A billion?
Nah,
2
for
billion?
this year, I'm talking. I broke mine down to yearly, monthly,
To who?
yearly. Yeah,
What's the yearly?
so, 7 figures a bus.
What's that number, though?
That's seven. You know how many seven figures is? It's $1 million.
You just said 7 figures, man.
Yeah, 7 figures is $1 million.
Okay,
At
it's $1
least.
billion.
Right.
Man, it's not.
You said you
Yeah.
had made
I'm getting ready to say, man. Yeah, I got to get on
Hey.
this.
Right, I'm hungry.
Yeah, I'm on.
Should be eating this
I'm gonna-
late, man. Should be eating this late.
I'm gonna let y'all finish. I'm gonna let y'all finish this, and I gotta go.
I know.
Right.
I'm gonna go to bed hungry because I don't eat this late.
Right.
It's good discussion.
Right.
So,
I mean,
I don't have one yet. I don't have one base. Let B Dix tell it. What about yours, CJ? What's your number?
Mine 500. 500K.
500. Bear.
Mine is 300.
That's nice. So we all know what we're trying to do.
Yeah.
So we're gonna reconvene
And
next
that's
month and see where we at.
I mean, they got too many pocket watches to put real numbers out, but they can check my numbers on. You can check my numbers on. Some of them. I don't think like HELOCs and all that stuff is on there, but the purchase stuff it should be on there. You know, we can check numbers.
Check them, man. I hear you.
Yeah.
I hear you.
Yeah, so, but I don't think with me, some of those niche products, all of them not gonna show in there, like HELOCs and some of those community mortgages and stuff like that. But you could get a gist of who balling and who not, who hooping and who stooping. You know what I'm saying?
Who hooping and who stupid, huh?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm getting ready to take off in a minute, but just on what you just said right there, one thing that I don't concern myself with is what somebody else doing.
That is true.
Because
That's
he making
let's
$5 million a year, he ain't giving me none of it. So I'm not worried about what I got to worry about what I'm doing. I got to take care of me.
I feel that. However,
nothing. If the other agent, if you looking at that agent that's number one making $5 million a year, what that's doing for you?
motivation.
Showing it's achievable.
Motivation.
Showing it's achievable. Showing I got a long way to go.
Anything is achievable.
What they said that Jordan, you can build a shoe, but until somebody steps into that shoe, it makes it flex.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just
so
saying.
two things. Number one, like Kevin Samuels said, that a high value man is respected by his peers.
Yeah.
So in order to go into that respect, I gotta be with the top people that's in the top circles, and I gotta be not only acknowledged by my peers, but respected by my peers. Because don't forget that work is life's greatest therapy. Secondly, what do you compare yourself to? If it's just only about me, can I go in the NBA and say, man, I'm cold. I'm just cold. Who? Well, compared to who? I'm just cold, man. Look at me.
So when you say identify ourselves with our peers and be respected by our peers, in our industry, we don't talk to each other enough to say, well, do you respect me? Do you know me enough?
That's not true. We have networking stuff all the time.
True.
Yeah, so we talk to among circles. There's always talking who hooping and who's stupid. You know what I mean? So that's false. Like we always, and the people that garner respect, that's who get paid for those engagements. They want to sit on those panels and get paid $10,000 to sit on these panels.
That's the one thing I miss being at KW is the opportunity to compete. When you work by yourself, you got to try to compete with the whole world. When you're in the office, you try to be the top agent in the office on the regular basis.
Competition is that's why Dion, that's why all the cats quit at CU. They don't want to compete. That's why he had all those competition games in their rec room, man, to put that spirit of competition in you. Because that's
like I said, that's the one thing I miss from KW.
That as a man, hold on, man. Let me. That as a man is what gets the best out of you as a man. That's why we ain't just born on this planet by ourselves. Why you think they have a race? You know what I'm saying? To see if I'm faster than this person. Why not just run by yourself? Why not just have a basketball thing where they just show me practicing?
Why not?
why they don't have that? One. There's not one-on-one. There's one.
All right, y'all. I got to take off. I'm gonna talk to y'all next time.
I'm about to sign off too, bro.
It's going.
See you later, fellas.
We'll discuss.
I'm gonna talk to y'all next time, though. I like the discussion, though, man. I like the discussion, though.
Right.
What'd you say, Bear? You broke up, man.
I said I like the discussion, though, but I gotta go and go. So I definitely want to, man. You definitely need to come back on, man. So I like the discussion.
I'm here to challenge B Dix. I've been listening to B Dix for 2 months, so I'll be prepared. Whenever I get my opportunity, I prepare.
You got a long way.
I listen to him. Hey, I watched you on the last rant. I meant to get on you about that. Man, leave these folks alone, man.
Man, like I said, the more I become me, the more people gravitate toward me.
That is true. I agree 100% with your method.
All right. All right, man.
All right.